I'm sharing two cards with you today. One is a shaker card using brand new super cute products from Hero Arts. Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome to my channel. Okay, so we are going to be starting with the Lake of Legends stencil. So I'm creating two cards. I'm going to do one vertical, one horizontal. That way you can kind of see how the stencil looks in both orientations. So I have started with Salty Ocean Distress Oxide ink for my first part of my blending. So this is the lake, then you've got some green mountains, you have a mountain far away, there's some clouds, but this one you won't see the clouds on this, but you will on the second one. I love these layering stencils. There's 4 stencils in this. They are numbered 1 through 4, and they're really easy to line up and get where you to line up to get all your pieces, you know, where they need to be, all your little images to where they need to be. Then I am using chipped sapphire for the darker part of the lake, and this also leaves some white areas where it kind of looks like the the shimmer off of the water. I will take a little bit of tumbled glass and go over that just to soften the white, and then there's a little bit of sky behind that mountain that I used tumbled glass on as well. I do have this adhered to my grip mate from scrapbook.com, so everything just sticks down and holds down nicely. This is the third stencil. We are going to do these green mountains, so I am using Mowed Lawn, and then I will use Rustic Wilderness. Now, at the bottom of this stencil, there are cute little fish. I forgot to stencil those. I will come back a little bit later and add those to this, but I think that's really cute. So let's get our base color for our green beautiful mountains. I love this stencil. I love these kind of scenery stencils. It's really quick and easy to make beautiful colored cards without having to color anything, right? So I feel like this is one of those things that you could just mass produce the heck out of this background and you would have so many beautiful colors. I had to get a new clean rag to wipe that off. Look at that. Look at how that already comes together. And then this is going to give us some shadow areas, some details. So this is where I'm going to be using Rustic Wilderness. I'm trying to get this lined up good. And then once I get that there, I'm going to press that down onto my grip mate because it's sticky. And then I'm going to add my darker green here. And look at how this is going to be so fun when I peel this back. Look at how fun that is. Look at all of the fun detail. So here's where I'm coming in with that tumbled glass little blender tool. It's my little sponge dauber, just softening that up a little bit so it's not so stark white. Now, here is the vertical orientation. I'm using the same exact colors. We're going to add some to the sky here because we've got some clouds. So I am using Broken China, and I'm just going to get those ink blended real quick. And I wanted to mention the cardstock that I'm using is, oh my goodness, what is this called? Hold on. It is from scrapbook.com. It's their Studio White cardstock. And Cody sent me some. I didn't even know they had this. And Cody sent me some. He's like, it ink blends so nicely. And it really does. This ink blending here, like the color is just going on so smooth. Like it really is a good cardstock. Then tumbled glass for the rest of the sky. And then we're going to peel this back. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Okay, let's do our mountains. Let me just, again, take that tumbled glass and go over the white just a little bit. And then let's lay in our mountains here. And I'm not going to do the fish on this one. So we're going to do some coloring here in just a minute using the unbelievably awesome stamp set and coordinating die. And it has the cutest Loch Ness monster in it. And so we're going to color him, and we're going to put him on this card here. Let's get our last stencil in here, again using the Rustic Wilderness. The first color was Mowed Lawn Distress Oxide ink. and we are going to add our details. Look at how beautiful that is. So here's those cute little fish. I am doing Uncharted Mariner. No, Chipped Sapphire, excuse me. Chipped Sapphire for those fish. Look how fun those are. Okay, then I have these frames here from Spellbinders. I cannot remember what they're called right now, you guys. I'm so sorry. They will be listed and linked for you below along with everything else. But from a piece of white cardstock, I want to cut out that center. I want a frame because this one is going to be the shaker card. So I have that done. Everything's set aside. The ink is all drying. Let's color our little Loch Ness monster. Now, there's fish in this. There is a castle. There's mountains. You can create a whole scene with just the stamp set. But of course, I wanted to use that stencil twice because I think it's such a fun stencil. So I am coloring with Olo markers here. You can see the caps. I did speed up just a little bit. If you need to watch it slower, just hit that gear on YouTube and you can adjust the speed and you can see me go a little slower. So he's going to be he's going to be green. And then at the bottom, he's going to have a little bit of greenish blue. Now, I love that, you know, he's got his hump in the middle and then the humps at the bottom. So I'm going to show you how we're going to make the bottom ones look like they're underwater, and it is the most simple, easiest way to do it, like you won't even believe. So let me get him colored, and they're coordinating dies for this, and of course we've got some fun, you know, like seaweed type, you know, lake plants that we're going to color 2 of those as well. It's very simple because I feel like you don't need a ton because that background stencil is fantastic. But this little guy is so cute. I just love him so much. So I took a little bit of a green marker and went over some of that kind of blue-green just to adjust the color a little bit. But look at how fun he is. And then the seaweed here is going to be really, really simple to color. I started with one of the darker greens I used on our little monster here, and then I'm coming in with some lighter greens and going over that. And then, like I mentioned, there is coordinating dies, and I will use those to die cut these out. So I'm just using some low-tack mint tape to tape that in place, and then I can run it through my die cut machine, and then we will have these pieces. Okay, so here's those bottom little humps that are going to be under the water. I am taking my little sponge dauber that has the salty ocean, which was that lighter color that we ink blended on the background, and I just ink blended over those. So it dulled down the color, and that's going to make it look like it's under the water. I'm adding some adhesive behind my frame and then a piece of acetate, and I'm going to trim this piece of acetate down to where it fits behind the frame because we're going to make one of these cards a shaker card. Because how could you not? It's going to be so cute. Look at how fun that is. I love looking at that, you know, like this portrait through this frame. I think it's really a lot of fun. I am going to use 3mm foam adhesive behind my frame here, but I also want to place, I kind of want to get an idea of where our little Loch Ness monster is going to be. Look at how cute. And then see how we put the humps there, and doesn't it look like it's underwater? Because we, again, took that same ink color, it dulled down, it kind of softened everything to where everything above the water looks sharp like it would, but you know, everything under the water looks very different. So super simple way to do it. So let me get him glued in place because he's centered where I like him. And I just think he's so fun. Think of all the different colors you could make him. And again, like I mentioned, the stamp set that he's from has a ton of other images that you can color and create a scene. There's little waves, there's clouds, there's all kinds of things that you can make a scene just by using all the images from the stamp set as well. I want to glue the seaweed on the inside bottom pieces here. They're going to be more in the forefront. And then let's do 3mm foam adhesive. This will make sure my little shaker bits are going to shake and not get stuck. And I just pulled from my stash. I'm using the Trinity Stamps Blue Lagoon sequence. I'm not even sure if they're still available anymore because I don't make my links for you guys till after I'm done with my video. So I'm not sure, but you know, you can put whatever you want in here and it'll be perfect. But look at how great that looks. So let's put a little bit. Now, I did not want a ton of shaker bits in this. I just want it to feel like water. And so I'm not going to do a ton, just a tiny, tiny bit. Let's remove that release paper, and then we can place this over. And I'm going to say center it right. I did not. I had to trim a little bit off of the right side, the back piece, but that's totally fine. Look at how cute. Oh my goodness, and all the fun shaker bits. I'm going to take one of those larger dies and die cut out that horizontal stenciled background that we did, just to give it a little something extra. And it does have stitching around the edge, which I think is really fun. And then on a scratch piece of paper, scratch cardstock, I'm going to do my sentiments. So the two that are going on this one says, "You're unbelievably awesome. I believe in you." And then the other one says, "You're a legend." So I have 2mm foam adhesive behind this one. And this will also be on an A2 size white card base. And then I'm going to add just three of those little sequins around here. And I just love that this is just this beautiful lake scenery. For someone who loves the lake, this is a perfect card for them. So let's just add those, and these are done. So now it's on that A2 size card base. Oh, I did not show you. I glued the sentiment that says "You're a legend" on the acetate. There was no foam adhesive. So sorry I didn't show you that, but super simple. You're just going to adhere it down and let that dry. Look at how fun that is. Oh my gosh, I love these cards. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed these projects. I hope you feel inspired, and if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. Bye.